All right. Now we're getting really, really close, man. All this stuff looks really good. I got a couple more little tweaks to do. But as you can see here, the logo looks really good. I really like it. All of our other stuff is in. Oh, one quick last little piece of art that we could do, and let me know if for some reason it's a pain, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be a quick little thing. Do you mind if if I can get another version of this, but just with the regular number 2 versus a Roman numeral? Just for whatever reason, I don't know. I just feel like a number 2 would suit itself better than having a Roman numeral there. But if for some reason it's a pain in the butt, it's fine. We can just leave it the way it is. I don't know why. It just kind of popped into my head the other day that I'd rather have a regular number 2 there. Anyway, the promo thing should be good. I didn't even check it. Oh, yeah, it looks great. Boom, boom, boom. All these buttons are done. I got the death animation in there. I got the music in there. And just to show you, let me just kill ourselves how cool this is. Put a little turning radius on him too. Very cool. Little guy. Just I like how you did him grayed out there as well. Just to kind of even sell the idea in his arms that he's dying and then his little arms moving. So anyway, on to the sound effects. We should probably do the humanoid weapons first. So what are the weapons that we have? We've got flamethrower, we've got grenade launcher, we've got bomb throw, we've got rocket launcher, and then we've got electric gun, and then frost gun. Actually, do I have this one perk unlocked? I don't have the starting perk unlocked. It probably shouldn't take too long for me to unlock it. Hold on. I need to get some stomp kills. So I was thinking just for his regular gun, for it to just be like a standard kind of like boom, 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 boom. That's going to play really, really low, just because it's always constantly going to be there. Same kind of thing like we did with Save to Kill. So just like all right, we've got the Power Up Start perk. Let me go back and kind of just do these one by one. So the regular bolt can just be like a regular shotgun is going to be really cool. I want this to be just like, you see the screen shake is awesome. Go back and do that again. I want it to just be like a really loud, like thumping, just. And then go right down the list here. Now the rocket launcher, I think this can be just like a. I was even kind of half thinking to make it like a really loud, high-pitched noise, like a pew, 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 but I think more of a type sound would work better. And then, of course, all these are going to have explosions. So the rocket will have that, like, so the total rocket sound will be like, and I'll play them on different channels. So it'll be like, and then. So we'll need a couple of different explosions as well. Grenades, which is kind of the same thing as the bomb. Kind of like I might even use the other one, or you can kind of use the one we did for the original Space Race for the bomb too. We'll do the grenade one just one more time too. So I want those to be kind of like funk, funk, and then when you get the power up, funk, 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 funk. Maybe I can even use the same noise, or if you've got a couple ones that sound somewhat similar but they're different, just so there's a little bit of variety there between the bomb throw and the little grenade power up thunk. And this can be like a slower, and the explosion here can be more of like a because these ones are going to be, when the grenade power up goes off like crazy, especially when you have it leveled up, there's a lot of those little bam explosions. So I don't want that explosion to be like, and all of the explosions and pretty much all of the sound effects that we can do can be really short runs. There's really no reason to have like a really lengthy explosion just because explosions happen so often. We want to make sure, and I use the explosions on the same sound channel just so it's not like the sounds overwhelm the screen. So it's important that the explosions are like quick sounds and they start up really quick too. For example, if it started up really slow, if it was like, since that sound overwrites itself on the channel all the time, you wouldn't get to the juicy, you wouldn't hear, because it'd be overwriting itself. And I need to keep it on the same sound channel and overwrite itself, just like I said. So like if I had it on all different sound channels, it would overwhelm the sound and there'd be explosions going off everywhere. So we want we want to make sure that the grenade sound effect, blast effect, explosion can be more like a, so it'd be like, the rocket can be more of like a, and then the bomb explosion can be more of like a, more of like an earthy explosion. And I don't know if we need any more explosions. So yeah, the 3 explosions will be rocket, and then grenade, and then, or actually no, the rocket explosion can be more of like a, and then the bomb explosion can be more of like a throaty thunk, thunk. And then whereas the grenade power-up explosion can be more of like a very shorter explosion. I know I probably sound ridiculous doing all these noises right now, but whatever, it gets the point across. And now for the flamethrower, this is going to be slightly different. I originally was going to program this slightly different than what we ended up doing. I originally was thinking that you were going to send me like a little fireball and I was going to create it really quickly and then have it die off after a certain amount of seconds. And since it got created quickly enough and kind of always got created at the certain Y and X value of the hero, it actually would have created kind of like a flamethrower effect. But then you gave me this amazing sprite that was actually like the flamethrower in general. So I didn't change the code. So actually in this flamethrower, it's actually being created really quickly. You can't even really tell. It almost looks like it's a continuous actor there, but it's not. It's actually creating that flamethrower based on the attack speed attribute. So it's actually creating that flamethrower quite often. And what I'm getting at is, since I'm going to be running that channel, that sound on the same channel, we don't need to have a continuous sound effect that goes. What we need is actually a really short sound effect that's probably only like really, really short. That's probably only like. And the reason for that is it'll be played on the same channel every single time that flamethrower actor is created, and it should, in theory, create a sound that kind of goes like this, because it's being created so quickly. So it's important that the flamethrower effect isn't like a long, drawn-out effect. It can literally just be like, and in theory, it should go, because it's creating them so quickly. And I'll have it like, so if you give me a sound effect that's literally just, I'll have it loop, and then every single time it gets created, it'll overwrite the sound on the sound channel and should give us the flamethrower effect that we need. So it needs to be a really, really short sound effect. Other than that, ice, I was thinking really high-pitched sound. This will be a really cool one. And we'll need the glass shatter. You can probably give me the same exact glass shatter. I'm going to go... And then when enemies actually get shattered, I'm going to use probably the same exact sound effect. Actually, and I have that. You don't even have to give me that from Save to Kill. I'll use the... Let's actually see if I can shatter an enemy. So this ice sound effect can be more of like a... And then as it gets created so quickly and overwrites stuff, it'll go... See if I can actually freeze someone. I might not have enough power duration. Oh, here we go. So then this will be like, I'll use the same exact glass shatter effect that we used, and that's fine. I already have that one from Save to Kill, and I have the OGG from the version, so you don't have to worry about getting me that shatter, unless you think there's a better one out there. And then the electric can just be more of like, and this is also too, we want to make sure that all these sound effects are very short, not very drawn out, because they're going to overwrite themselves so quickly. So the electric one can be like, it can be just a sound effect that sounds like, because if you, for example, if you had a sound effect that was like, it wouldn't even matter because it would get overwritten so quickly. So like the electric one should be like, and that's pretty much it. So in theory, when you collect a power up, it'll overwrite itself so quickly because you'll be creating so many bullets so fast. It'll sound like zzz. Oh man, I wish I could do it with collecting the right one. It would be like zzz, you know. So you know, it can be very similar to the sound effect that you use for the electric bullets in Save to Kill. So I mean, you know, while we're here, if you wanted to do a little wong, if you really wanted to look up like collecting the art and the inspiration for the shield was always Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog. We can take a sound effect very similar to that when you collect it in Sonic the Hedgehog, which is more of like a wong for the shield as well. While I'm here, I might as well get that out of the way. And we need a stomp explosion. You know, in the first Humanoid Space Race we used, or you had given me something that sounded almost like a car crunching. I probably wanted to do something more along the lines of a traditional explosion for this game. So we need a couple of explosions. We need just like, you can give me like a whole bunch of array of explosions. I mean, just that the main thesis with this one is just that all the explosions and pretty much all the sound effects need to start up quickly and be somewhat short because they're going to get overwritten quite quickly. So if you had a long, drawn out sound effect, it really wouldn't even matter because it'll probably get overwritten so fast. Like if I'm stomping, when you had like a really drawn out long explosion sound effect, no one would ever even really hear the end of it because I'd be overwriting it so quickly on the same sound channel. So quick, concise, powerful, punctual sound effects will really sell this game. All right, man, that's it for this video. After that, we can work on... Actually, you know, I might as well just do an audio for the entire thing. For collecting power-ups, something very simple. I'm just going to use one power-up sound, so just like we did for Save to Kill. You can give me a whole bunch of different array of bleeps and bloops and power-up collect. We'll need one for power up collect. You can give me a couple of different versions of that I can kind of choose from. We need mouse hover in and out. You can give me a whole... I was thinking for this game, kind of going off the same theme of Humanoid Space Race 1, where we use like beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep. Or if you wanted to do like clicks, you can give me a whole bunch of little clicks and bleeps and bloops, everything in MP3 and OGG, so I can do, you know, the button in and out kind of thing. Oh, and I'm probably going to... Oh, and yes, we need also, too, for when enemies die regularly, we need something for the regular dollar explosion, if you want to call it that. See how when enemies die, that little thing, I'm going to have it create something. So I was thinking about, I guess, something that was like along the lines of like... Think about like money getting thrown into the air. It's tough because there's so many different explosions in this game, but what if someone kills all these enemies like with the regular gun attack? There's no explosion with, you know, there's no explosion with the regular gun attack, the electric gun attack, and with the ice attack and stuff, and the flamethrower attack. So I want to make sure that there's something to sell the idea of those enemies dying. It can't sound like an explosion because, you know, money getting thrown up in the air is not an explosion. So I'll leave that one kind of up to you. Just another little kind of like money getting thrown into the air, like... You know, just like a little money explosion kind of sound, almost like confetti getting thrown into the air. And then